Okay, Barry here again, and now we're getting into the hardest of the problems I'm going to show you, and I think it's fitting to rehash the whole idea of cryptics. And please remember that your main task is to find the key, and it's one synonym that fits the spaces and givens. Flags, abbreviations, and fodders are important, but they're simply there to help you achieve or confirm this. Now, remember, the clues are not real sentences. See Frankenstein in my tutorial 1. So feel free to ignore any punctuation and phrasing. And to link your own phrases, you must do this, link your own phrases, especially flags with their fodders. And remember that the key must be grammatically consistent with the answer in number, tense, and case. But verbs include maybe nouns, adjectives, adverbs, etc. in the answer. These are all swappable. Maybe a noun in the clue and a verb in the answer. You've just got to decide on the synonym that you need. Okay, best wishes, Barry. Here we go. First one. Be seated or ruined dots win. 7 spaces, no givens of course, seeing it's the first one. There it is there, and here it is here. So over to you, solve, and then come back. Okay, we had a look at it. No doubt you've solved it, and you've seen a possible flag here, ruin. It's a possible anagram flag. If you pick that up, you know, oh, well, there's an anagram afoot. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so I'll mark it as a possible flag. Now, let's see. Key. Be seated, or see, that flag could refer to be seated or dots win. So we just simply have to guess the key. Be seated, is that the key? A command to be seated. Be seated? What does that mean? It means sit down? Of course it does. And that gives you 7 spaces, sit down. I think we've got the answer there. So I'll mark that, or I think I'll shade that as, yes, sit down, and be seated, I'll underline that as the key. So there we have it, be seated, or ruin dots win. Proof, confirmation. Ruin is the flag of an anagram, we think. So let's just look at this anagram fodder. Anagram this fodder. Can you see sit down there? Yes, sit. Yes, there it is. Just sit down. So it's an anagram. Okay, did you get that? Notice we concentrated on recognizing the flag, but then finding the key. Important. Okay? Right, second one. Spooner. Oh, no, we won't do that. We'll go down here. Look at this. We better go and see if we can work out. Oh, no, we'll do the easiest one of the lot. This one here. It's 3 down. All right, 3 down. This is what you normally do. You do it the easiest way you can. Stare at underdog, leering too much. This is 3 down. Stare at underdog, leering too much. Over to you, pause and solve. Okay, back again, and I'm sure you've solved it, because I'm sure that you picked the flag. Too much looks like being an omission flag. So we have to omit something from something. Seeing the flags at the end, I'm assuming that the key is at the other end. Stare at, and I say, what is stare at? To stare at something, starting with O. To stare at is to, yes, it's to ogle, isn't it? Ogle. Well, there it is. Now, prove it. Prove it. Omission. Can we omit something from underdog leering, I suppose, to get ogle. All right, let's look at it. Oh, yes, I can see ogle there. O-G-L-E. And of course, if you couldn't get ogle from your guessing the synonym, you would simply go and look in there and see what the word is. You probably come up with ogle by looking at it. Okay, so it's an omission flag. Right, we're happy with that one. Now, with that success behind us, let's see if we can do another one. Right, this is one down here. Cortes transformed Southern District. He certainly did. Cortes. Yes, okay. Righto, over to you, see if you can solve it. Okay, back again. Let's look at this. Looking at the clue, transform looks like it could be an anagram flag. Now, it could be referring to transforming, anagramming Cortes or anagramming Southern District. I wonder which. Southern. Maybe an abbreviation there. Southern usually abbreviates to S. Okay, so there's an S there. Right. So that's S. So it's S districts. Cortes transform. Of course, the Southern could refer to Cortes too. You don't have to go with the phrasing that is suggested here. Well, where's your key? I don't think Cortes, being a person, would be a key unless you're looking for the word like explorer or something like that. However, I think districts would probably be our first shot at the key. Have a go at districts. All right, what are districts? Now, district, you say, oh, good Lord, districts, what can they be? It can be areas. Suppose you can't think of it. You think, oh, well, let's look at what we're going to get here. We have an S there. If we're going to take Cortes as the fodder, then no doubt it's anagramming Cortes and throwing in the S. And so what there's with the S as the start, of course. So what are you going to get? Anagram Cortes and you get districts. Districts, and S Cortes giving you districts, you will come up with sectors. There it is. That's Cortes anagram with the S put in as well. And there we have it. Let's see what we've got here. We've got charade. Yeah, those two put together. An anagram and an abbreviation for the S. There it is. End of story. Okay, next one. Okay, now we go to, I won't do 2 yet, it's too big. I'll do 4. Do 4. Because we've got one letter there. So, 4 down is wobbly skeletons, not okay for cuddles. Over to you, have a go yourself. Okay, back again. I hope you got it done, because these are harder, so don't be disappointed if you can't get them out straight away. Let's see what this one is. Wobbly skeletons, not okay for cuddles. No doubt you've picked that wobbly as a possible flag for an anagram. Possible. Nothing certain in cryptics, but it's possible, which means it's probably referring to skeletons. That means there'll be a key is probably down here. A key is probably cuddles, okay? So if we go with that or underline that, cuddles, all right, cuddles. Now we have 7 spaces for cuddles, starting with an N. Now, what did you get? Suppose you can't get cuddles, you think with an N, good Lord. All right, suppose we say, well, if this is going to be an anagram, let's see what we get here. Not is probably an omission flag. Miss that. That's probably an omission flag. So, taking the OK out of Yeah, because OK is in skeletons. Looks like we're going to take the OK out of skeletons and anagram what's left because of the wobbly. All right, there it is. Let's try have a look at that. Take the OK out of skeletons. So you take the O, and I'll mark this in a different colour, say green. Take this is what I'm taking out. OK is green. Okay, right. Now what have we got left? We've got SELET and S. SELET and S, but we have to start with the N, and no doubt you'll rearrange that. You'll sit down and you rearrange it in a circle and come up with all possible anagrams, of course, and the answer will be to cuddles is going to be nestles. I'm sure you would have got that eventually. Okay, nestles, and that's acceptable. And so we have an omission and an anagram. Okay, let's mark the whole, or let's mark this now. Omission and an anagram. Okie dokie, next one. Now we've got a few more things here we can have a shot at. Let's have a shot at 10 across. All right, 10 across, 4 spaces with an O. 10 across. Death notice, use with probity. 4 spaces. 4 spaces. That's a hidden. I shouldn't have had that there. That's not fair to show you that. All right. So, all right. Over to you. Death notice, use with probity. Solve it yourself. Okay. Back again. Let's look at the clue again. We have death notice, use with probity. Used with or with. Use. See, use could be anagram flag. With could be a charade flag. Even well, use with as a whole thing could be a charade flag, or it could be hidden in there. Used with, it's hidden. Well, you don't know, but the flag's going to be there. That's a flag. It's some sort of flag. We know. All right. Let's put it down as used with. It's some sort of flag there. So now we have to decide which is the key, death notice or probity. Death notice, we know what a death notice is. What's probity? Probity is what, honesty, integrity, that sort of thing. That's probity. So what is it going to be? Well, you've got to decide. And don't forget, something could be hidden there, or could be charaded, or could be anagrammed. Wow, it's tricky, eh? So, I think what you've got to do is go to have a stab at the keys. You must. This is what you're after. Go for the keys. We don't know what to do with that flag. All right. So, death notice. What's a death notice? A death notice. And if it's that won't be a charade here because there's only one letter, so it could be a hidden. Is something hidden in there in death notice? That means it means something hidden in probity. That means death notice. And there is, isn't there? There is. You look at it closely and you can see there is. Look, OBIT. Obit. What's that? That's a death notice, isn't it? An obit, which is abbreviation for obituary. So there it is. We have a death notice. 10 across is an obit. All right. Well, and they're not meant to be easy. The synonyms are supposed to be a little bit abstruse. Well, probably very abstruse in these triple stars. And that's the beauty of it. That's what you have to work out. And that's what gives you hours of fun. When you sit down with a 3-star, don't expect to get it out in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You're not going to do it. But don't expect to do it. You don't want to do it. You want to stretch yourself. All right, so there we have it. What have we got? We've got the hidden flag. Now, I've given you a notice here. What have I given? What did I put down here? Some words of wisdom. It means honesty and decency. That's right. So you remember what probity means. Honesty and, I said integrity. Anyway, decency, same thing. Honesty and decency. That's what probity means. Okay, right. Next one. What are we going to pick now? Well, 10 across. No, we had that. 11 across now. See, there's 10 and then 11 and 12. So 11 is this one here. It's only got 5 spaces with an L in. 11 across. Here we go. Chat show host goes to some cruel lengths. Over to you. See what you can do. Okay, back again. Looking at the clue. Some could well be an emission flag. Could be an emission flag. Some cruel lengths. Okay, let's see. Where's the flag referring to and where's the key? Well, you don't know, do you? Is the key cruel length or is the key in chat show host? Now 11 across has a given L, but there's an L in that one. There's no L in that one. If we're using the exact word, I'd say we possibly have a go at this one for the omission because there's an L in there. So we give it a go. I mean, this may not be right. They may be using this one up here with a synonym for it, which has an L in it, and that could happen. However, that's the first one to have a go at because there is an L in that existing word. I'm going to have a go at chat show host as the key. All right, you say, oh, that's a bit silly. Oh, it could be, but that's just what I think I'm heading towards because of this L here. Okay, chat show host. What's a chat show host? What do you call a chat show host? Oh, with an L in it. Well, MC, can't see his MC. Of course, it could be a particular chat show host. What's a particular chat show host? They can refer to particular people. What chat show host do you know? And of course, you would have come up with, yes, you would have come up with Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen is the one. All right, but is that correct? We don't know, but we can find out because Ellen has to be left behind when you omit some letters. And there's Ellen sitting there nicely for us. There it is. We've proved that Ellen is the answer. So there's the answer there, and that is simply an omission. Some would say it's a hidden because the answer is hidden, and that's acceptable. But I just use omission because that was my first leg in, seeing the omission flag. So I just call it an omission. You can realise that omissions do have hiddens as a result. That's fair enough. Okay, next one. What are we going to do now? Well, this one here's got 2 letters in it, 16 and 15 across. All right, 15 across. Let's look at 15 across. Here we have, what did I do then? Let's fix that. Right, let's see. Visions. Visions of whiskey and gin. That's 15 across. Okay, over to you. Pause and solve. Okay, you've got it done. Look, it doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you get it done eventually. Right, so here we go. Visions of whiskey and gin. Any flags? No flags there. I can't see flags there. So it means it could be a charade, a double key, a lateral, or literal. All right, charade, whiskey and gin, or visions of whiskey. What about a double key? Well, fine, let's find a key for a start. Visions. What are visions? What's whiskey and gin? Whiskey and gin are... yes. Okay, whiskey and gin are spirits, aren't they? Whiskey and gin are spirits. Visions can be of spirits. So I think we have the answer. It's a double key. And there it is. It's a pun. Visions of whiskey and... well, not a double key, it's a pun. Of course, I didn't even see that flag. Look at that flag sticking out there like a lighthouse. Yes, it's a possible flag. We should have seen that. And that is a pun. Visions aren't whiskey and gin. Visions of whiskey and gin. Anyway, it's a pun. But the answer is certainly going to be spirits. And there we have it. Spirits. End of story. Okay. Next one. What are we going to do now? What about this one? Looks interesting. This is going to be 13 down, because 13 is the second one up here, and that's the second one in the matrix. 13 down, 13 down, we have the stare admitted his heart was aroused. Over to you, solve it yourself. Okay, back again. Now let's see flags. Yeah, that admitted. Admitted could be a flag for a container. Admitted could be a container. Something admitted into something. His heart. His heart. Heart could be, of course, a centre flag. Could be a centre flag, referring to something. We taking out this or using the centre letter. Right. His, maybe referring to his heart, maybe. So, all right, where's the key? Well, there's flags everywhere. Where do you get the key? The stair is not usually, it's a name, proper name, not usually a key. Maybe was aroused. Could look at that for the key. Was aroused. It was aroused, and his heart is. So that'd be the I again. It would be referring to his as the heart of that. His would be I. What's the synonym for was aroused? And his. How did you get? Just look at that. Is that possible? Was aroused and his. 13 across. 13 across. Is a no, 13 down. It was aroused. And his as the I there. Was aroused in 4 letters. Was aroused. Was aroused in 5 letters actually. Fired up, F-I-R-E. Aroused, fired up. Fired, yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, yes, yes. Aroused, fired up. I think we have it, providing we can prove it. Fired up. All right, a stare. Now, let's see. This must be the fodder here. The stare. The stare, yes, would be the fodder. And admitted his. So, how do you get fired from a stare? Oh, of course, his name is Fred. Fred, with an I in it. Yes, Fred with an I admitted into it, is fired. There it is. We have a container, right, a container, and what else? A container, and we have, oh, of course, the centre. The centre one we use to get the I, that I there. All right, there it is. Done. Fired. That wasn't easy because you had to get a synonym for a stare. And you can expect this to happen in the harder ones. All right, next one. Where do we go from here? Oh, they're getting a bit, oh, this is not too bad, this one. This is 17 across. What's 17 across? 17 across. Pole accepts first few warnings after hostilities cease. 4 and a 3. That's your 17. Okay, so you solve it now. This is 17 across. Right, 7 letters with an E. Okay, here we go again. Pole accepts first few warnings after hostilities cease. Flags. Well, first few looks like an omission flag, where you've got to take the first few letters, I would say. Accepts. And accepts looks like a flag. That's either a container or a charade. Accepts, I would think. Oh, they're close to pole, I think. I think the down the key's going to be down here. What, cease? Hostility cease? Warning. First few probably refers to warnings. So I think I'll go for the key being after hostilities cease as a try. All right, so that's the key. What does that mean? After hostilities cease. After hostilities cease. After hostility. Well, yeah. After is post, isn't it? Yes, after is post, and after I cease. Oh, this is post-war, isn't it? After hostilities cease, post-war, and that fits post-war. All right, and this is this is the ideal. If you can look at the key and get the answer from it, bang. Then check it later. Right, 17 across, post-war. Does that fit? 17 across. BOST. Oh, no, it doesn't fit. What's going wrong here? I may have to stop this and just check and see what's gone wrong here. That's not going to fit. I'll stop this one and we'll start again later. Okay, thank you.